Gritty and grounded, the Devil of Hell's Kitchen is back like no time has passed at all. We need to talk about Daredevil Born Again. They came out swinging, going full throttle right from the jump, not taking a second for anybody to get their bearings. And you know what? Rightfully so. Daredevil fans have been waiting 7 years for this shit. They put up billboards in Times Square, begging, pleading, save Daredevil. 7 years in waiting, and they didn't need to bring the new fans along. That was one of the biggest criticisms I had of Captain America Brave New World, where they kept just shoehorning in all this exposition about the Incredible Hulk because they assumed that people hadn't seen Incredible Hulk. Not this show. You want to know what's going on? Go watch the other 3 seasons that are readily available. Charlie Cox picking up right where the Netflix Matt Murdock left off, shaking off any She-Hulk rust. You got D'Onofrio, no longer the cartoonish Kingpin that we saw in Hawkeye, although this is comic accurate, and they did tie it back to that series, credit to them. And they did so in a way that makes sense for his appearance change. Now, would I like to see the larger menacing Kingpin that we've seen in the past? Yes, but this is a more calculating Wilson Fisk. And while looking different with the weight drop, the menacing tone is still absolutely there. And this powder keg of will they, won't they return to their old ways is the perfect overarching plot while you're also doing these side quest stories. And oh my god, did they perfectly bookend the 2-episode premiere with absolute brutality, setting the tone that this is very firmly the show that we were waiting for. Okay, now, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the episodes yet, like this and come back. The shocking first 15 minutes of this show was gut-wrenching. I feel so bad, R.I.P. our guy Foggy, Karen gone but not forgotten. They gave this to us and then they took it away immediately. Now, if you remember, these 2 characters weren't originally meant to be in the show. They decided to bring them back to the elation of fans, only for them to give us that. But this is not the last we've seen of Karen and Foggy because the director has already stated that they will be back for season 2. How that transpires, we're going to have to wait and see, but at least they're coming back. The Bullseye tie-in was genius. I think they're also going to use him to tie him into the Punisher. And speaking of the Punisher, we have a corrupt cop cult following of them going out and tuning up people on the street. They're tying that into the White Tiger storyline, and the interweaving of how they're able to tell this narrative in just 2 episodes is a masterclass compared to what we've seen in recent work. This storyline is going to be very interesting. I'm expecting at least some sort of background to White Tiger and the amulet. You got Bibi, the young reporter, niece of Ben Urich, fan favorite, who Wilson Fisk famously choked out. I'm not one of those Marvel's cooked Marvel's back people, but when it comes to this, they are recapturing what Netflix had, and that is the mature tone that people have been asking for. Phenomenal start, no notes. What did you guys think of the debut of Daredevil Born Again? Let me know in the comments.